Galactic hubris. In the vast expanse of the universe, the Galactic Empire reigned supreme. With advanced technology and overwhelming military might, they conquered world after world, subjugating entire civilizations with ease. To the battle-hardened soldiers of the Empire, no foe seemed too great, no challenge insurmountable. News of their impending invasion reached Earth, a small, unremarkable planet on the fringes of known space. When the galactic forces learned of Earth's defenders, particularly the fabled Special Air Service, SAS, they responded with derision and laughter. These primitives still fight with chemically propelled projectiles and unaugmented bodies, chortled Commander Zarn, his metals glinting under the harsh light of the briefing room. We'll crush them like insects beneath our boots. His subordinates nodded and grinned, already picturing the riches and glory that awaited them after an easy conquest. In their arrogance, the Galactic Empire dismissed Earth as a trivial target, scarcely worthy of a full invasion force. They allocated minimal resources and made only cursory plans. After all, how could mere humans pose any real threat to the mightiest military power in the universe? On the eve of the invasion, as the Empire's ships entered Earth's orbit, and the soldiers readied their plasma rifles, the mood was one of absolute confidence bordering on boredom. They had done this 100 times before. Earth would be no different. But down on the planet's surface, amidst the forests and mountains and urban labyrinths, a very different sort of preparation was underway. The soldiers of the SAS, Earth's most elite fighting force, were about to teach the Galactic Empire a lesson in humility, written in blood and fire. Silent preparations. Deep within the heart of the new forest, the SAS prepared for war. There were no rousing speeches, no grandiose displays of bravado. These were quiet professionals, honed to a razor's edge by the world's harshest training, and tempered in the crucible of Earth's bloodiest conflicts. They drilled tirelessly, practicing the unconventional tactics that had made them legendary. Stealthy infiltrations, precision strikes, the art of disappearing like ghosts into the shadows. While the Galactic Empire relied on overwhelming firepower and advanced technology, the SAS placed their faith in skill, cunning, and iron resolve. Captain Jessica Hawkins, a veteran of a dozen operations, studied the intelligence reports on the invaders. Their technology was impressive, their numbers vast. But she knew that every strength could become a weakness if leveraged correctly. They're used to fighting head-on, with superior tech and numbers, she mused to her team. They won't expect an enemy that refuses to play by their rules. Sergeant Mike Thompson, a mountain of a man with a scar bisecting his weathered face, chuckled darkly. Then let's show them what real warfare looks like. Let's hit them where they're weakest and fade away before they even know what's happening. As the SAS planned and prepared, they wove a web of traps and ambushes, turning Earth's varied terrain into a sprawling kill zone. They would strike from the shadows, sowing fear and confusion, eroding the invaders' will to fight. The Galactic Empire thought Earth would be an easy conquest. The SAS would ensure it became their worst nightmare. Invasion begins. The Galactic Empire came to Earth with the rising sun, their ships darkening the skies like a locust swarm. Dropships disgorged hordes of armored soldiers, their high-tech weapons glinting menacingly. They marched forth with the casual arrogance of a force that had never known defeat, certain that Earth's defenders would swiftly crumble before their might. But the SAS had other plans. As the invaders established their beachheads and staging areas, the SAS launched their first strikes. Sniper rounds, fired from impossibly long ranges, started to pick off officers and specialists. Supply catches detonated in the night, obliterating precious material. Comm systems crackled with interference, turning orders into static. At first, the galactic soldiers dismissed these incidents as minor nuisances, the futile flailing of a doomed foe. But as the sabotage mounted and their casualties grew, unease began to spread through the ranks like a cancer. Patrols vanished without a trace, only to reappear later as grisly displays of warning. Entire outposts went dark, their garrisons slaughtered or simply gone. The invaders, so used to the straightforward brutality of advanced warfare, found themselves facing an enemy that seemed to melt into the shadows, striking without warning or mercy. In the command post, now ringed with nervous sentries, Commander Zarn raged at his subordinates. "Find them," he bellowed, spittle flying from his thin lips. "Burn their forests, raze their cities. I want those damned Terrans exterminated." But his orders were useless. The SAS were everywhere and nowhere, a lethal whisper in the dark. And as fear began to replace arrogance in the hearts of the galactic soldiers, the tide of battle started to turn. Turning the tide. Weeks ground on into months, and the Galactic Empire's anticipated swift victory became a distant memory. Their every move was hounded by the SAS and other human resistance fighters, who struck without warning and faded away like mist. The once cocky invaders now jumped at shadows, their nerves frayed by the constant, unseen threat. They clung to their technology like drowning sailors to driftwood, but it availed them little. The SAS had turned the Empire's strengths into liabilities. Powerful scanners and data networks became vectors for misinformation and phantom readings. Mighty war machines, with their distinctive sound and fury, were easy prey for human ambushes. Even the Empire's vaunted cyber warfare suites found themselves outmatched, stymied by adaptive Terran algorithms and backdoor traps. But it wasn't just the SAS that bedeviled the invaders. All across Earth, humankind rallied to the defense of their world. Hackers and coders launched devastating cyberattacks, turning the Empire's own automated systems against them. Civilian engineers repurposed factories to churn out arsenals of innovative jury-rigged weaponry. In the skies above, pilots of the UNESS, United Nations Earth Space Service, dueled with galactic fighters and capital ships, their skill and daring compensating for their craft's technological deficit. Some even took to ramming, sacrificing themselves to cripple the Empire's mightiest vessels. On the ground, in the air, and even in the digital realm, humans fought with a tenacity and inventiveness that the Galactic Empire had never encountered before. It was as if the very planet itself had risen up to reject them, led by the indomitable will of the SAS. Faced with this relentless, unconventional onslaught, the Empire's forces began to buckle. Desertion and despair spread through their ranks like a plague, sapping their strength and cohesion. For the first time in living memory, the Galactic Empire teetered on the brink of defeat, bested not by superior technology or numbers, but by the sheer, unbreakable determination of Earth and its defenders. Echoes of defiance. In the end, it was not with a bang but a whimper that the Galactic Empire's invasion of Earth ended. Their battered forces, bled dry by the relentless human resistance, slunk back to their ships and fled, leaving behind a planet ravaged by war, but unbowed in spirit. The news of Earth's triumph spread like wildfire through the galaxy, carried on whispers and data streams. The story of how a primitive race had defeated the mightiest military power in history became the stuff of legend, inspiring hope in the hearts of the oppressed and downtrodden. And at the forefront of those tales were the SAS, the ghost warriors who had haunted the invaders' every step. They became symbols of human resilience and ingenuity, proof that the spirit could triumph over the coldest steel. On Earth, as the scars of battle slowly healed, memorials were raised to honor the fallen defenders. But for the survivors of the SAS and the other resistance fighters, there was little time for rest. They knew that the Galactic Empire, though humbled, was far from defeated. One day, they might return, seeking vengeance. And so they trained, they planned, they watched the stars, ready to defend Earth once more, to prove again that the human spirit was an unbreakable shield. In the farthest reaches of the galaxy, in the halls of power of the Galactic Empire, a new generation of leaders took heed of the hard lesson taught by Earth and its valiant defenders. They looked upon their vast armies and towering warships with new eyes, seeing not invincible strength, but potential vulnerability. The SAS and their fellow humans had not just defended their world, They had changed the face of galactic warfare forever. The legend of their stand would echo through the ages, a timeless reminder that even the smallest light can banish the darkest night. Against the SAS, against the indomitable human will, even an empire must yield or crumble to dust.